Right, this is the first recording that I have done today. The time is now 4:25. I've pitched the TrailSTAR in a slightly different place to where I was originally thinking of pitching. There is a brick wall over there, but I think I'm well away from it. This is near Score Hill, just behind or just in front of two clapper bridges, and the car is just up that hill there, so very close, closest I've ever parked. As I say, I wasn't originally planning on stopping here. My original plan was to camp between Houndtor and Rippertor, but the land there looked a little bit, well, it looked a bit rough to me. I did walk past it a year or 8 months ago, and I thought it looked okay then, but this time it didn't look very appealing. Maybe I wasn't in the mood or something, I don't know, but but when I'd parked the car, I'd walked past here earlier, and I must admit, in doing that, I saw this spot, and I thought, well, if the other spot wasn't any good, then I had this as a backup. So so I've used my sort of backup reserve camp place. As I say, it's a little bit nearer the car, but there's not a lot in it, to be honest. It's going to be dark fairly soon, so let me just quickly show you around in here, because I don't know if I'll be able to do any recording in the dark, so this might be my shortest ever video. I've put Bess, I've tied her bed down because I wanted to stay in the bed. She is shivering a little bit at the moment, but I'm not too worried about that. I've got a towel under her and a towel on top of her, and I've pegged her bed out, so obviously I need to make sure that she stays in the bed. I've got plenty more food to give her for internal combustion to warm her up, and I still have another coat that I can put on her and another bed that I can put under her. So I just want to see how she goes, like as she is for the moment. I think she'll warm up soon, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, so I think I'm the only one out here with soaking wet trail shoes. I've taken my trousers off because they were soaking wet. Just a quick look here, I've put some black North Face legging trousers on, and Smart Wool light hiker socks on. I've put the sleeping bag inside the Mountain Laurel Designs super light bivvy, and I've put that on top of the mat. I know some put it in, put the mat in, some on top. I've no idea what's right or wrong. It was just convenient to do it this way this time. Probably don't need the bivvy, but I thought, well, I've got it, so I may as well just get that out and use it. And I've put Bess's bag at the very end, really as a stopper, because I'm using a different mat. This is the mat I think I used earlier in the year, and it's a little bit longer, so I don't want to suddenly disappear outside the back. So I've just put Bess's bag back there just to hopefully stop me doing that, and I've also just put my waterproof trousers back there. It rained a bit, but not a lot, so I didn't need them. As I say, here I've put my rucksack down here. My wet trousers are just away from my coat, which is here. That's my waterproof coat, and I've turned the waterproof coat inside out, or folded it back on itself, so I'm not getting stuff wet that might go on top. It's my Paramo hat, I've got extra water down there, and then over here I got out my small towel. That's my tiny towel that I used for myself. Now whether that's going to be big enough going into the winter, I don't know. I'm actually now settled down and enjoying the walk. I must admit, the usual thing when I started, but that doesn't really, that's immaterial to what we're doing now. So, but I'm settled down now, and as I say, Bess is happy over there. What else have I got over here, just to show you quickly? The gloves that I wore a little bit because it was cool earlier, a waist bag, and a first aid bag. And then I've got some spare gloves in there. Oh look, Mountain Oral Designs. There's another surprise. And I've put down booties in this bag. I wasn't sure how cold my feet were or weren't going to get. Oh, and I've got an extra pair of gloves here as well. So I've got spare gloves there. And then I've got spare gloves in there as well, just light gloves, so I didn't want to get cut short with gloves or anything. And then I've put my PhD booties in there. Now, as I say, probably won't need them. I think my feet are warming up already. But I wasn't sure what it was going to be like, so I felt that it was, I'll put them away in a minute, so I thought it was better to bring them to be on the safe side. And then around in front of me, I still touch the sides. I don't know how people don't touch the sides of these things, but I still touch the sides. Not a lot, but I just brush past. What have we got here? I've got I've eaten one roll and I didn't eat the other 3, but I ate all my energy bars, which was 4 of them. That's my pee bottle, because unless I have to get out or I just want, you know, to stretch my legs or something, I'll probably try and get away with using that, save getting out. There's more water in there which I've topped up, and more water over there. And then I've got my phone here where I've got music. I've now got my book downloaded to it. So let's have a look. So, oh, I took that picture for someone on Twitter. So I've got 2 films that I can watch if I want to. I don't know how well you can, I don't know if that's focusing or not, but We Bought a Zoo and Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So I've got those on there. Whether I may watch We Bought a Zoo later, I'll see how it goes. Kindle. I've got Kindle on here now. I've just, well, that's it takes a minute to start up. I've put my spare bit of Cuban here because I do find that my sleeping bag sort of goes over the side, so I do like to have that extra bit there is handy. No signal here, so I won't be able to do any anything. There we are. So that's into the book that I'm reading, and then if I go back out, I've got an F. Paul Wilson book on there. That's the book I'm currently reading. That's the one I brought last time. The Ultimate Navigation Manual, Smarter Backpacking, Ranulph Fiennes, and Night World, which is the next book in the F. Paul Wilson series, which I haven't started yet. It'll be a while before I get round to those, obviously. So those are the books that I've got on there, and of course I've got music on there. But I'm not going to play the music while I'm filming, because YouTube will throw a hissy. And then, as I say, I've got stacks and stacks of food in there, so sure as I'm not going to go hungry. And as I say, I only ate one of my 3 rolls. I've got my bottle of meths inside the bottle of meths is in my inner pocket, warming up. Let's give my booby a shake, get that mess warmed up. So I'll have something to eat and a drink soon. So I'm quite comfortable, I must admit, it's quite comfortable. My feet are still cool, hopefully they'll warm up. So I've got the booties if not. And I've got my torch handy there, ready. So I may catch you later. I'll sort of see how the light goes, the evening goes. It'll probably be too dark, and then in the morning I'll probably be off in a rush. So I don't know whether I'll do another one or not, but I'll catch you soon anyway. Thanks. Right, the time is now 10 to 7. I think sunrise is about 7:15 or something, around about that time. It's quite dark here, so can't really see best. But I had a pretty good night's sleep. It's still recording. I just wanted to check we're still recording. Yeah, I had a pretty good night's sleep. Although I was still, I don't think I slept properly, but I was out, I think. I was glad for the bivvy. I did do that up. Did notice the side of the sleeping bag nearest this corner here is just slightly damp on the outside of it, because I am very, very close. There's a little condensation inside, but not too bad, not a lot. I've just done some breakfast, which I'll have in a minute. Right, yeah, so I've Bess's bag down at the end I think works quite well of keeping me in place. I ate my 2 meals last night, so I had plenty of food. I tried to use the tinkle bottle last night, and I just couldn't go. Body wouldn't let me go, so I had to go. Well, no, I wasn't getting out, but I did manage to go this morning. I don't know whether I might need a bit of practice at peeing in a bottle or something, but I couldn't go last night, and there was no one around, obviously, but I couldn't go. So I better have some breakfast in a minute, and then I've noticed that my sort of bottom area, sort of lower back, I notice gets a little bit cool now and again. I wonder if that's where that part of me is bottoming out a little bit on this X-Ped mat. So I don't know how that would be in really cold conditions. Not that I necessarily want to be out in really cold conditions. What's the temperature now? Just hang on a second and I'll temperature now is 4.4 centigrade. So obviously around the bottom of the TrailSTAR there is a little gap. I pitched it a little bit higher. I might try a fraction lower next time. Right, I've packed the sleeping bag away. That's in there. I've just got to put my hat away. There's a few drips have come in now that I'm moving around in here more. So obviously there was quite a bit of condensation. Probably just as well I did put the bivvy on, because the end of the bivvy was damp on the top. So that obviously caught the rain, or caught any condensation rather than my sleeping bag. Well, my sleeping bag did get damp along this area here. It's not, the sleeping bag isn't here, of course, I'm not that daft. But it got a little bit damp there, so I'm guessing that was probably condensation against the bivvy bag, perhaps. So that was just a couple of things that I've noticed. I put my shoes and socks on, that wasn't too bad. So I'll just do a bit more packing here. Right, so I'm nearly packed up. I haven't put the microphone on, so I hope that you can hear me okay. There's no wind. This is my outside hat, and the other hat was my inside hat. Two hats. So I just quickly, I've undone a couple of pegs, but the two front pegs of that one there and that one there, the ends have come off, but I can dig them out easily enough with that MSR Blizzard stake thingy. It's a little bit slack because I have undone it a little bit, but it was a good night. As I say, I just want to try and figure out how I can try to avoid touching the sides quite as much as I possibly am, or then maybe I'm not actually touching them as much as I think I am. Yeah, I don't know, I'm too new at this really, but I want to maybe see if I can get that inner sheet over a fraction, maybe just an extra couple of inches, just away from the side. And maybe if I make the back a little bit lower, sorry, if I make the middle pole a bit lower, I actually made it taller this time, higher, but I might make it a little bit lower and just see if that means then I might be able to get the front a fraction lower, and then make this the sides, the front doors further apart, and that might give me a little bit more elbow room in there. But I was very, very impressed with it, I must admit. And so I was glad for the bivvy. I think that did help. I know some people don't use bivvies in these, but I must admit, I think in winter, for me, I think I will be doing that. So I sort of take it down now and take those two pegs, dig those two pegs out, and then I'll start heading back to the car, which I say is literally only probably 10-15 minutes away. So I may catch you later, but if not, thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Or I'll just give you a quick look around. Oh, it's a bit lighten up. So that's a quick panorama of here, and then I finish on something at best.